This is Bob Maranto, managing partner of Andrews Bernstein Maranto, continuing our discussion of injuries that you may see in a motor vehicle accident on some of your medical records. Last time we were talking about discs and the fact that the outside of the disc is called the annulus and the inside of the disc is called the nucleus pulposus. And that's the area of the body that compresses as we walk and acts as the body's shock absorber. What happens when chiropractic or neurosurgeons or doctors think that there's damage to one of these discs, they'll generally send you to an MRI. Now, when you're going for an MRI, it's important to make sure that you're going to, I don't want to say the right MRI, but a strong MRI. MRIs are measured in what we call Tesla units. And the old technology was a 0.7 Tesla, then they went to 1.5. Now they're mostly in Western New York, they're 3 Tesla units. So if you're going for an MRI, we want to make sure that you're going to the proper unit to discover whether or not there's an injury here. And in your reports, you may see something called an annular tear. So this annulus on the outside is hard. It's meant to be hard because it houses the gelatinous material on the inside of the disc. And if there's an annular tear, what that means is that there's been a tear in the outside of that disc. And that could be problematic because it weakens the disc at that point. The next thing you might hear of, and I try to tell clients that when you see these words, they don't mean a whole lot. We need to understand not what the words of the disc are and the injury to the disc. We actually need to understand what the disc is doing. So in your reports, you may see the term disc bulge, or disc protrusion, or disc herniation. And depending on who's reading your reports, I want you to know that all of those things, if they're read by different doctors, might be described differently. So we may have one type of injury that gets described 3 different ways by 3 different doctors. And that's important for you because a lot of people will see, oh, I have a disc herniation, and think that their life is going to be irreparably damaged as a result of that. And it's not necessarily true. What we need to know is if there is a disc pathology, what it's doing, what it's touching, what it's causing, and then analyzing the symptoms and making sure that the problem is consistent with the symptoms.